Okay, once you have your name written down, you're going to go over it in Sharpie. Okay, so you're going to outline all of your letters in Sharpie, and then you're going to erase. Okay, and then we're going to start talking about color. Okay, I'm going to be on the next minutes. We're going to talk about the um, color wheel. So in the color wheel, I have some examples of color schemes that you'll be able to use. This is showing you the color wheel. So for your color scheme for your piece, you're going to be picking a 3-color color scheme. So the first color scheme you could look at would be a warm color scheme. So those are colors like red, orange, and yellow. You could also try a cool color scheme like blues, greens, and violets. Okay, you can do a primary color scheme. Primary colors are your red, blue, and yellow. So primary colors, you mix those together to get your other colors. So if you mix 2 primary colors together, you get your secondary colors, which are orange, violet, and green. So if you mix like red and blue together, you get that violet, or if you mix red and yellow, you get orange. Okay. Tertiary colors are intermediate colors. So that's what happens when you mix a primary color with a secondary color next to it. So if I mixed blue and violet together, then I get a blue violet. Okay. Or if I mix red and violet together, I get red violet. So those are our intermediate colors, okay, also called tertiary colors. You could do an analogous color scheme. Analogous colors are next to each other in the color wheel. So like if I did a color scheme of like blue, violet, red, like these colors are next to each other. And then it could encompass cool colors and warm colors depending on where you go in the color wheel. So if you did violet, red, and orange, that would be an analogous color scheme. Complementary colors are across from each other in the color wheel. So you have like blue and orange, you have red and green, yellow and violet, okay? And to get our 3 colors for our complementary color scheme, pick the 2 colors that you want to do, the complements, and then try to pick a color to the left or the right pick one color to the left or the right of one of your complementary colors to get your additional color. And then lastly, we have monochromatic. So monochromatic means one color. So the prefix mono means one, and chroma is what we're talking about, is colors. So if you do a monochromatic color scheme, then that's a 1-color color scheme. So in the Sharpies that we have, you could do a color scheme with greens because we have different shades of green. We could do a color scheme with blues. We have different shades of blue. I think we have purples. And so those are the colors that you could do a monochromatic color scheme with. Okay. Looking at my choices for color schemes, I've decided that I'm going to be using a cool color scheme. So I have a green, a purple, and a blue. Okay, so these are all cool colors. Before I get started, I really want to make sure that I know how I'm going to be laying out my colors. So I'm going to kind of look on my piece here. You know, do I want my name to all be one color, and then my background is going to alternate? Is my background going to be, you know, one color here, and then maybe in my letters, my holes, it'll be another color. So you have to kind of decide. You can use your tracer to kind of help you out with placing your colors. One thing I want to talk about though is how to color in with the Sharpie. Please make sure that you're working on top of a piece of scrap paper, just so that we don't have an issue with bleeding through onto the table. Okay, but for using the Sharpies, you want to have nice, like tiny areas of color. So you see my marker is kind of bleeding out a little bit. It's a little dead. So I'm going to move on to my next color here. Here we go. So if I do small areas of color, the marker will not bleed, will not die as fast. Okay. And I can have much more even coloring than if I did big strokes like that. So if I do nice little areas, I can color it in much more evenly than if I were to try and do huge areas. So you see I'm doing kind of little areas, staying inside my lines, okay? Kind of rotating my marker if I'm having an issue with areas that are drying out, okay? But I have nice even coloring, okay? Okay, nice even, okay? Really try to have your coloring be nice and even inside the lines, not messy. It shouldn't be scribbly, okay? You want to have it all going in kind of the same direction. It'll just be a little bit more neat, okay? So that's how we're going to start using our Sharpies and to start coloring in our piece. Okay, make sure that you're only using 3 colors for your color scheme. You have a specific color scheme in mind, okay, and that you have broken down your piece to make sure that you are not having colors next to each other where you don't want them. That's it.